Welcome to the Operation Crackdown reporting website. You see on the front there, there's two buttons there. One on the right hand side is for abandoned vehicle reporting. The one on the left hand side is for antisocial driving reporting of incidents. This also includes speed watch reports as well. Click on the antisocial driving button and you'll be presented with the report it screen. How long will the report take to submit? Well, it's roughly about between 5 and 10 minutes. What information do we need from you? You need to be able to provide a registration number for the vehicle you're talking about. The system relies on having the registration number so we can find the registered keeper of the vehicle through that number and then write to them pointing out the manner of driving that's been reported to us. If you can, the make, model and colour of the vehicle are also good pointers to say that the vehicle you're reporting is actually the one that we're looking at when we look at the police national computer. This isn't an anonymous reporting website. We'll be requiring you to leave your name, address, telephone number and an optional email address as well. Two reasons for that. One, it stops people trying to dob other people in it and using this site as a means to do so. And secondly, it's far more credible going back to people who complain about a letter they've received from Crackdown to say it came from named sources rather than anonymous information. Sussex Police is under no obligation to give your details to anybody that may complain in such a manner. The privacy policy that's highlighted on the screen there through that button will tell you those details as well and reinforce the fact that we don't have to disclose your details. If you're still not happy about leaving your details, the next box down will deflect you to the Crime Stoppers website where you can leave the same information as you would have done on here but anonymously as well. It may well take a little longer to get to us via this route though. Depending on the seriousness of the incidents will depend on what the outcome of the report is. It may well be that the lowest level of information that we keep it on the system for the next 12 months for intelligence purposes. We may well send a letter to the registered keeper of the vehicle pointing out the behaviour that's been told to us. Some instances may escalate that up then where the local officer may well visit the registered keeper of the vehicle with a view to trying to reinforce what we're trying to say through the letters. It may well be as well that it goes to the road policing unit with a view to try and catch the person carrying out the behaviour that's been reported to us, and they can deal with that with the evidence that they find them. The site may also say as a result the fact that there's missing or incomplete information and then give the Operation Crackdown email address. If you see that on the screen as a result for a report that you put in, it simply means in most cases the registration number you're given us is probably going to be wrong. If you have any more information on the car, then send it to the email address that comes up on the result code there as well. It could well say in here as well that the driver of the vehicle has been arrested. It won't say as a result of what you said, or it won't say where or when or who it actually was. But if that's the result that we get given, or the end result of the information, then that's what will be on there. Once you want to submit a report, then at the top of the page, 5 little tabs there. The second one then, report incident. Click on that and that brings you to a concertina drop down the box effect of screens there. First of all, you decide what offence you're talking about, and there's a whole list of offences there as you can see. The majority of things will come under careless and inconsiderate driving, which you don't need any special skills or qualification to tell us what careless and inconsiderate is. It is what you think. If you pass the driving test, you have that base level of knowledge already, and if you're viewing somebody's manner of driving and it falls below that of a careful and confident driver, you may well be looking at something that's deemed as careless or inconsiderate driving, and then it's a decision for yourself as to whether you report that to Operation Crackdown. Bearing in mind that whatever you report to us, the base level of what we're going to do with it is a letter will be sent to the registered keeper of the vehicle pointing out the manner of driving as told to us. If you think that driving fits the bill for that sort of intervention, then please report it. What you won't see on there is parking. Operation Crackdown doesn't deal with parking issues. The vast majority of districts within Sussex have decriminalised parking, and it's now under the local authorities' remit to deal with incidents such as that. If you have parking issues, then please get in touch with your parking enforcement officers on your local districts through their council websites. There's a list of those websites can be found on Sussex Police's website if that's helpful for you. What you will see on the list there is no tax disc and excessive noise. We won't deal with them directly, but what we'll do, for instance, the tax disc, we'll send that to DVLA and they'll deal with it as appropriately. Once you've decided what offence you're looking at, you then simply click next, and then you need to tell us where it's happened. The mapping has East and West Sussex and Brighton and Hove tabs and plus and minus keys as well, which allows you to zoom in. If it's happened in East Sussex, then you can simply click the East Sussex tab. It will zoom you into the bigger area there, and again you can use the plus or minuses to zoom you further into where the offence actually happened. Once you've found the location of where the offence happened, first double click on the screen where the offence happens will give you a green car as indicated there. That's where the offence starts. A second double click where the offence finishes will give you a red car. That signifies where the offence ends. If you're stood at the side of the road and a car goes by you and the driver's clearly on his mobile phone, so the offence is spotted at the same location it finishes for you, then you can simply double click for the green car, move ever so slightly with your mouse or your keypad and double click again, it'll give you the red car to signify it's right there. Once you've got those two cars, the next box below will self-populate to say what you're saying in layman's terms about where the offence happened. If you have any further information about the location, the box below that is where you must put that. Again, if you put on there that it's happened on a schoolroom road, for instance, the scenario above, and that it was an articulated lorry trying to overtake you, and there's children either side of the road on the side there where there is no made up path, then it may well be the outcome will be slightly more than just filed on the system for the next 12 months for intelligence purposes. In the rare cases where more is better actually. Once you've done that, click next. You need to tell us some details about the car. If you're able, the type and model, and most people will know the make nowadays, but if you don't know the make, right at the bottom of the scroll down there is an unknown. You can pop that in there if you need to. Registration number is the only one that's yellowed out there. As I said earlier, any ones that have got yellow in there you need to complete, otherwise the computer won't let you go any further. In this instance, if I tap a registration number in there, then that will allow us to proceed. If you can say what else about the vehicle, i.e. it's a delivery van with Fred Bloggs and Sons livery on the side of it, then please tell us that, because I'm sure his fleet manager will be wanting to know about the manner of driving of some of their vehicles, because sadly some of them aren't as good as what people might think. Once you put all that detail in there, you can click next. That will take you onto a screen to tell us when this happened. The system allows you to go back 10 working days, reason being that any longer than that the effect of a letter sent to the register keeper is really watered down, and you can obviously pop in there what time the thing happened. And again, there's a space there to tell us any more about what happened. If there were more than one offence, you can tell us in there what happened as well. For instance, if somebody wasn't wearing a seatbelt, they're on their mobile phone and they happen to overtake you on a set of double white lines, you can tell us about the other offences there as well. If you saw the driver all well and good, you can tick whatever box that might be, and you can tell us the age range that they would figure in appropriately there. If you didn't see the driver, you need to click unseen and then unknown at the bottom. This is the space for your details. Again, if you fill those in, all the yellow boxes need to be completed. If you don't do them, the machine won't let you go any further. If you put your email in there, that will allow you to access the system once you've completed your report, so that you can then find out what happened to it, as I'll show you very shortly. Again, there's space there for putting your own details in there. the About You section. You don't need to if you don't want to. There's a Prefer Not to Say option on each one of those. And once you're completed, just click Finish. If you want to edit the report, you can go back into it and all the information that you put in there has been saved. The only way that information will change is if you go into type of offence and you try and change that. It'll recognise that as a new report and it'll make it start again. But once you have finished and you click Yes, what you will get is your reference number, which is there, and an option to put a further report in. If you had another report you wanted to do, you click on that button, it will bring you back to those screens that we've just been looking at, and it will allow you to add the information in there of a new report. But what it will do is it will save your basic information in there as well. But once you're finished, you're finished. And it then says that it's been successfully put in there, and there is an optional feedback chart as well, which will enable us to make the site even better than what it is now if you're able to do that. Now if you want to check the progress of the report that you put in, then you can do that by simply going onto the check progress box at the top of the screen again there, and what it will do there, it will enable you to put your email address in there and then click check the case progress, and it will say underneath there what happened to the thing. In most cases it will normally say that it's there pending being dealt with by the officer who looks at those. That's a simple guide for inputting an antisocial driving report. If there's any problems with that or any more information that you would like on how to submit a report there, then feel free to email us at operationcrackdown@sussex.pnn.police.uk, and either myself or Dan will come back to you as soon as we can with further information there. The best way to do it though is to have a look at the site, have a play with it. You can't break it. Submit the details in there of reports that you want to do, and the next time you come back on there it's obviously going to get easier each time. Thanks for watching this. If you've got any comments about the information that we provided here, again the email address is the place to send those to. Thanks very much. Bye.